Hey guys, it is Jack here, That Vegan Dad here for my weekly vegan taste test reviews. I do this weekly, so if you want to stay up to date with weekly reviews, definitely do subscribe to this channel. Anyway, I want to talk about two new products that have recently been released in Woolworths supermarkets, and it is these ones from the Finnish company, Gold and Green. It is the pulled oats, so they've got two different varieties available at Woolworths, in with all the other mock meats in Woolies. So these are $8.50 and I am really excited to see what these are like. These are simple ingredients. There's only like a handful of ingredients. It is predominantly made from oats. It's got fava beans, pea protein as well. So we have the tomato one and we have the nude flavor. So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna whack it into a bolognese and then also whack it into some tacos. So I'm gonna cook them up right now and see if these are worth your money and your time. So let's get into this taste test review right away. Well, here we go, guys. Cooked up a little bit of a feast here. I just used the recipes that were on the back or made my little own variation of it. So I made a little bit of a bolognese one with the tomato pulled oats and just some very simple tacos with the nude pulled oats as well. So what I actually really love about these pulled oats is that they have minimal ingredients and you can just name, you already know what these ingredients are. They're very basic. There's no hidden agendas there. It's just like less than a dozen ingredients in there. Predominantly what they are just oat, fava beans and pea protein, and then just some other flavorings in there as well. So that is fantastic. What was also great was the texture whilst cooking it. I know a lot of mock meats, when you cook it in the fry pan, kind of like goes to mush, whereas this one, the texture held together incredibly well. In the tacos, just pan frying it held really well, and then same with the bolognese, even with some sauce, still held that texture incredibly well. As I said, these are available now at Woolworths supermarkets. What is actually very interesting though, is that this brand actually does have another variation that isn't available in Australia. It's like a Mexican pulled oat variation, so perhaps they'll bring that one out soon. But these ones are $8.50 at Woolworths, as I said, available in the mock meat section. So let's get into this pulled oat and see how it tastes. So we'll try it in this tomato one first. So this tomato one, I've put it in with like a bolognese sauce. Texture's really good. It has like a stringy texture on it, which is fantastic. It has like a very rich tomato taste to it as well. And for something that's like pulled oats, there's really no strong oat taste to this at all. Good option in terms of texture. Flavor probably could be a little bit better, but I want to see what it is like in a very simple taco. Probably get to try out this pulled oats a little bit better. Just got a little bit of a simple sauce on there. So here we go. Again, that texture is fantastic. It's very stringy, like pulling apart. It is unreal that this is predominantly oat. This nude one actually has like a much stronger oat taste to it. It really has that, like, you know, if you're having like a glass of oat milk, it has a very strong oat flavor to it. So it is actually quite strong. It kind of deters away from the other flavors a little bit in this. In terms of texture though, like, it is fantastic. A lot of these items that you're cooking are just purely based off texture. You're going for that texture. Probably would be fantastic on a variety of options. You're chucking into a bunch of different items, but in terms of flavor, it's probably a little bit off for my liking. Like this, as I said, this nude one has a very strong oat taste to it. So unless you're coming up with like a really strong sauce to kind of disguise that oat flavor, the oat flavor does come out really strong. And then the tomato one probably doesn't have like enough tomato flavor or any flavor at all to it to kind of really go, I'll use this instead of such and such. Probably the biggest thing that I love about this is the texture and also the fact that it's very minimal ingredients. It is actually probably one of the best mock meats out on the market in terms of ingredients and actually knowing what they are. So it does have some pea protein in there. You cannot taste pea protein at all. But the minimal ingredients, as I said, like you got 10, 11 ingredients in there and you all know what they actually are, which is fantastic. But for me personally, the flavor's probably a little bit lacking in my mind, and it really could have been a little bit more flavorsome, especially when you were justifying this price of $8.50. 240 grams for $8.50. It's quite expensive in comparison to some other options on the market, but like in the pure health and ingredient side of it, this is fantastic. There's a lot of mock meats out there these days that have like a long list of ingredients and you have no idea what is included. So this is a fantastic alternative, you know, if you want something a little bit more natural. Anyway, guys, that is just my opinion. So I really hope you enjoyed this review. And if you did, chuck a like, share it around. And I'd love to hear your opinion if you have tried any of these out in the supermarket. I'd really love to hear from you guys. Anyway, as I said, if you want to stay up to date with more vegan taste test reviews, definitely do subscribe to this channel. But until next time, I'll catch you soon.